Okay, so I just got the new Honda Accord Sport 1.5 liter 4-cylinder. I like the back. We got the dual exhaust. I was concerned about the low profile tires and how it was going to ride, but it rides really smooth. There's a lot of sound dampening. I love the rims. The low profile tires really hug the road. I like the lines on the side of the car. I love the front grille. It gives you this muscle car type feel, but the hood is low, so you're not trying to look over that hood. So it's a nice feel. And right here you have a sensor, so if you get too close to somebody, the car is going to stop for you. And then up in the windshield up here, there's a sensor that goes out to the side, and that is, for road lane assist. It also has the LED lights on the bottom, the fog lights, and the LED lights in the front. So that's a neat feature. I wasn't sure if I was going to love the low profile tires and the rims, but I do love the low profile tires and the rims. I drove to work today on like a windy, hilly roads with little bumps in the road, and man, the car felt smooth. It felt sharp going around the turns. It felt like it hugged the road. So I'm really happy I got the Sports Edition because I love how those low profile tires hug the road. I picked this color because it won't show dirt as much as the white. It won't show scratches as much as the black. I've had black and white cars before. This is my 7th Honda. So going into the car, let's talk about what we like. I love the Apple CarPlay. That's nice. And this is touchscreen, so you can slide things over. You can hold on to your app and then, move it over wherever you want. I love the look. I love the feel. I like that there's a knob right here. The other ones have the push button. I like driving with my hand on that shifter. Right here on the sports model, you got the chrome plates to step on. Just another nice little feature. And here, this is leather, and I love the stitching. You got that nice white stitching, but this is cloth, so it feels nice on your back. And then right here, you've got 12 adjustments for your lumbar. Move it up, move it down. The passenger side, you still have to do manually by your hand. That is not electronic. Back is designed to be roomier. I am 6 foot tall. This is the position I drive my car in as a 6 foot tall person. And this is how much legroom I have. I could actually sit back here and cross my legs comfortably. But the problem I had last night is my kids were kicking the back seat because they can actually stretch their legs out. So I'm like, stop kicking my back seat. They made the trunk roomier in the Honda Accords, but the thing I like about the Sport is that I could fold down the left side or the right side. So that means I could throw my snowboards on the left side and put my kids on the right and take this car up skiing or snowboarding. So I just popped this little lever right here that pulled down that side. I could pop this lever right here that'll pop down the other side. So it's very simple and convenient, and the trunk is nice and roomy and big. And then if you look underneath, your spare tire and your kit's right there. One thing that I don't like, I don't want to be a complainer, is I like to use this device to mount my cell phone on. Now I've got to keep my cell phone down here in case I ever need to access it. And I just like having my cell phone more in this area, and there's really no place for me to mount my cell phone. So let's talk about driving and performance of the car. I love how it handles on the road. I love how it hugs the road. It's the 1.5 4-cylinder. I didn't need the 2.0 because I don't really drive the car that fast. I do love the option that I have the sports mode. I feel like I'm in a sports car. I feel luxurious also. The engine does purr. And the engine does hum. Like, it feels good. It's a nice sound, and there's a lot of sound dampening inside the car. So even with the low profile tires, it's a smooth ride. You can accelerate really quickly and get to the speed you want to, and you can really race off that line if you want to. So this morning I drove on the road, and it was windy, hilly roads. There were some little potholes, nothing major, but the car just handled them like a champ. It was a smooth ride on the way to work, and driving those curves, man, I felt exhilarated driving the car. So it was a real fun drive to work today, and I look forward to driving home. I'm in my car 2 hours a day, so I might as well get the car I like and love and I feel good in. I also like that there's a push button start. If you have the key in your pocket and you walk away from the car's gonna go beep, 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 just to let you know, hey, if somebody drives away with your car, they don't have your key. So once they stop it, they're not gonna be able to drive that car again. So it does give you that little warning feature. I went with this model car because the first base model is about $24,400. This model is $26,445. Then they go up maybe $4,000 when you get the Sports 2.0. But I didn't need that. I didn't need the extra 2.0. I didn't need the extra leather. When you come into this car, you feel luxurious with the leather and the headrest. You feel luxurious when you come into here. You see all these neat features. The passenger is going to sit down and feel very comfortable in the seating. The other thing that the 2.0 has is you can put your phone down in the console and it charges it for you. So I still have to plug my phone in. Big deal. I used to drive the 2006 Honda Accord, so this is a major upgrade for me. This is like going from a flip phone to an iPhone 8. Another thing I like about this car is when you go to the EXL or those higher levels, this is gray. I like that it's black all through. I like the sleekness of the black. Even your trim right here has black on it. It gives it that chrome look, but it is a little plastic. I love the sleekness of the black. I'll probably tint out the windows. Maybe I'll get some underglow lights. What? No, I don't know if I'll do that, but why not? We'll see what it costs. So you have a lot of electronics. I did not go with the extended warranty. I buy a Honda, so I don't need to buy that warranty. I'm going to put trust and faith into their craftsmanship. But here we are, the steering wheel. You can go to your main, and you can go home. And so there's my tachometer, there's warnings. But what you could also do, which was neat, when you're look at the phone or your audio. So when I was listening to my music, whatever was on my touch screen, let's just go to FM, was also right here. So this is a country music station. It's a little fuzzy, but like when I was playing my Pandora, you would see what songs were playing there. I didn't like that. I'd rather see my tachometer, so I would just hit the home button and go back to tachometer. But I like this feature too, range and fuel. Okay, so I've averaged 19.4 miles per gallon. It's the first day I've got the car, so I gave it a little torque, drove it a little bit differently today. But I've got 43.7 miles, and it should tell me when it's going to be empty. Okay, range. In 282 miles, I will be empty. So I always like that feature too, because you don't have to be Cosmo Kramer and see how far you can get that car before it goes to empty. Your fuel right there, you can see by how many bars, how much fuel you'll have left. Let's see what else is on this. I hit the home button. Speed and time, let's see what that is. Okay, average speed. Also, when you're driving right there, it shows you the speed limit of the road you're on. Audio, phone call. I tried texting today right here through voice, but I didn't have internet, so my Siri wasn't available. So your Siri has to be available to get that. I'm going to scroll down. Traffic signals, driver support, driver attention, any maintenance or safety issues, and any warnings. So I'm going to go back to, I like having mine on the tachometer. I also, when I hit this button right here into sports mode, then that lights up. So now you know in sports mode, and now you know you're not in sports mode. Also, if I push this brake button right here, when I'm at a stoplight, let's say I'm gonna put the car in drive, and I put the brake hold on, and I take, whoop, no, didn't. I put the brake hold on, and now, come on, man. I think you could put the brake hold on, and the car shouldn't be able to move. Let's try that again. Just saw my seatbelt wasn't on, so it wouldn't let me enable the parking brake. So now I'm in drive and my foot is not on the brake. So if I'm at a stoplight, I just push this button right here, brake hold. But now, if I want to get moving, since I'm in drive, I just hit the gas and it takes the brake hold off. I'm at a stoplight again, I push the button. Now it's on brake hold. Oh, brake hold system off. Brake hold. Okay, now it's on, and now I can take my foot off the gas and just kind of chill. And once I push the gas, I can just ride. Another neat feature is with the parking brake. Now I'm in park. I'll put the parking brake on. Now I put it in drive, and it should come off because my seatbelt is on. I don't have to undo the parking brake, but let me take the seatbelt off and we'll watch what happens. I think you saw that a little bit earlier. Now my seatbelt is off. You can see I put it in drive and the parking brake is on. Let me see what happens if I drive. It says release parking brake. It's because my seatbelt's not on. Another neat feature is when somebody gets in the car, a passenger, let me flip this around. With this model car, when a passenger gets in the car, a voice comes on and says, Passenger, please put on your seatbelt. When in the lowest base model of the new Accord, it just goes ding, ding, ding. So I'm going to have somebody get in my car and say, hey, don't put on your seatbelt, because then the computer will tell them, which is pretty cool. So you do have your options to drive more better gas mileage, econ or sport. I was driving and I was switching in and out of sport and regular just to hear it and to feel it. I was also lowering my music today when I was driving because I wanted to hear the purr of the engine. But there's a lot of sound dampening in here, and you can get going pretty fast in this car pretty quick and not notice it because it feels so smooth. The low profile tires in the Sports Edition, I believe the suspension is a little bit stiffer, but you don't even notice it. But if you do, it feels good. It's a good notice. I was driving on my way to work this morning listening to Eye of the Tiger, and I felt like Sylvester Stallone when he was driving his Lamborghini, in one of those Rocky movies where he was all angry. So I had this a great driving experience. It felt really good to be in this car, and it was a lot of fun to drive to work, and I look forward to keep on driving it. So other neat little features are when you turn the heat up, the lights turn red on both sides, or when you turn it down, they turn blue. It's just cute. Or if your passenger wants to have a different temperature, they're not synced, okay, so they can control the temperature whatever you want, or you can push this and then it'll auto sync. Well, maybe you have to have them both pushed. Now they're auto synced. Okay, so now whatever you do, it happens on both sides, which is a nice feature. The other thing that people are complimenting Honda about is that there are knobs for the volume to turn it on. I think I'm on FM here. Okay, and they're also complimenting that there's knobs here to adjust something. But people like that there are knobs, so it's very friendly, user friendly. So when you plug your phone into this USB port, this is the Apple CarPlay. I also added this so I can still charge other devices. The console is roomy. This slides up and back, or you could probably even take it out, I bet, if you wanted to. Whoop, dropped my dollar. This is minor, but on the passenger and driver door sides, you can put stuff in there. Sometimes I like to store my keys on the driver's side when I get home from work. I like that Batman feel where you got this sleek black silver color. You got the speakers on the side over there. You can control your side view mirrors electronically, obviously. And when this comes down, you got your lights to light up, which is nice. I got my sunglasses right there. Got my Oaks. And then this turns on and off. And my Honda Pilot, this little light right here is always on. It's not on right now, I guess, because it's not dark out. But this one you can control, do you want it off or on, that little light right there. So I like that you have that option. The armrest folds down in that back seat, and it's got 2 cup holders in it. Yesterday my kids left something in the car. I'm like, you better get it out. You better take care of Daddy's car. The option right here to make the doors lock so your kids can't open the door, or they can. So that's a little feature right there, safety for your kids. My overall review, I love how it drives, but I'm coming from a 2006 Accord, so I'm getting a big upgrade. I love the luxury I feel inside. I love the price. I like that it's a sport. I like the low profile tires, not only for the look and the rims, but man, it handles real nice. I like how quiet the car is. I like how the back seats have a quarter panel that folds down so I can slide my snowboard in. I do like the technology that's up front. I like the leather seats, but I also like cloth, so I have the best of both worlds. I love the color I picked because it's not going to show too much dirt or too many scratches, but we'll see in time what happens with the kids. I love how it drives. I love how the engine purrs. I love the acceleration. I love the option of having the sport. I love how I feel as a driver behind the wheel. So I would recommend the car. I haven't tried the Camry or the other competitors' cars, but I've always been a Honda guy because they're reliable and they've never failed me. So that's my overall review. I love the car. I recommend it. I love driving it. I look forward to work ending, and I also look forward to my next day of work because I get to drive it to work again.